Right, and we are live. Hey everybody, I'm Stuart and this is MLM for CEOs, the channel that is aimed at providing key insights to company owners operating within this lucrative multi-level marketing space. I'd like to just take a moment to thank our sponsors NetReady for making this show possible, providing us with a studio space to host all of this exciting content that is available for you for free. In this episode today, we're going to be speaking about the 8-step invitation, how to prospect on demand, and how do you teach your people to become successful and never run out of people to talk to. Here to help me unpack all that information is a dear friend and mentor of mine. He has 35 years experience within this lucrative multi-level marketing space. His name is Richard Sletcher.
Nice to see you again, Stu.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's good to be back here.
Yeah? Good. Again, I mean, I've said this before, I love coming into this studio because I feel like it's an information download to me and to everyone listening.
Yeah, me too. Sometimes the first time I've heard the stuff that I'm saying.
So I love the comment that you made the other day. It was, you said a joke and then you laughed at it. And I said, but why did you laugh at it? It's your joke. You said, well, it was the first time that I was hearing it myself. I thought that was brilliant. So Richard, we're going to speak about today. What is one of the hardest things for a new RBO, a new distributor coming into the business? What is their toughest thing to do?
Yeah, finding people to talk to.
Okay.
Because what happens is they run through their family.
Right.
And of course their family doesn't want to know anything about it. And now who do they talk to?
Right.
And so they basically don't have anyone to talk to. This thing doesn't work. And they're out the business.
Right. Say something bad about the business, they say something negative about the industry, and they leave and they never come back.
Exactly.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we help our people? As company owners, what resources, what information can we provide to people so that they never run out of people to talk to?
Well, you've got to give them a mechanism that is just absolutely foolproof. That if they do it, and it's got to be simple, but if they do it, it works, they have leads.
Sure.
And there's actually no limit to the way of doing it. But a lot of people are really afraid to do it. So not only have you got to show them how to do it through training, but you've actually got to get them into the field and you've got to do it a few times with them. Because once they've done it a few times, okay, this is easy, I can do this.
Right. Yeah. It's all about confidence.
Exactly.
And we spoke about this in a previous episode. We taught people the 8-step invitation process. And they listened.
Yes.
And we showed them.
Yes.
But then when they got up to do it, it was frightening for them to do. Yeah. They fumbled their words. Well,
the one girl wouldn't do it at all.
She just didn't want to get up.
She wouldn't go out and talk to anybody. She was just absolutely frozen with fear. And so it's that's why you need to take them out and do it. And I think that just before we carry on, we need to actually give kudos to Eric Worre, who wrote the GoPro book.
Yeah.
And I just recommend that everybody who gets into MLM should at least read that book. If you don't read any other book, fine, but that is definitely a book you should read.
Sure.
You should read 100 books on this on multi-level marketing, but that should be the first one you read because he gives you some really good practical advice on how to get your network firing on all cylinders.
Sure. I mean, before we put this training course together, we went through dozens of books, as I said in the previous episode. And that was a standout for us, complete standout. It
was amazing. You know, we'd read several books, and then we got to that book, and I literally was, why have I never read this book before? It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an avid reader. I read all the time, and that was one book I don't know, it seemed to slip under the radar for me, and it was like, wow, this is amazing. And when we tried out the techniques, it was, wow, this really works.
I mean, I follow Eric on a number of different social platforms.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, and he's just brilliant. So, he's a really, really credible source within this industry. So, yeah, I mean, the book's amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the 8 steps. Okay,
so before we do that, I think it's very important to understand where to find these prospects. And, a lot of what Eric says in the build-up to these steps is where to go out and find them. It's not family or your neighbor or their dog. It's finding other avenues like Facebook. So digital platforms, Facebook, Instagram. What's Facebook?
Facebook. First day with the new teeth.
There you go.
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, of course. LinkedIn is a very powerful resource to prospect for cold leads, let's call them for now. But then there's other places like clubs, societies, different groups that you're involved in. You need to be very much, so as the company owner, you need to be aware, but then you need to teach all these learnings to your people. But you need to become aware all the time.
Yeah.
To heighten your awareness, to open yourself up to all situations, that's a potential prospecting situation.
Yeah.
That is key.
You come into contact with people every day in various different ways, but you can actually go out of your way to become available in spaces like, as you say, clubs. You know, what are you passionate about? Join a club.
Yeah.
You know, wherever it is, there will be other people who have got a similar passion, and you can approach them and talk to them. But approaching them and talking to them is what scares people.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what scares them. And you've got to give them a mechanism that is so simple that they think, I can do this. Otherwise, they don't and they leave.
Well, they just need to be confident in it. And unfortunately, they have to take the first step to approaching someone with this mechanism.
Yeah.
And once they do it once and they do it again, I can guarantee, and this is something the company owners need to tell their people, is that I guarantee it won't work the first time. And you'll fumble and you'll do this and you'll say something that you shouldn't have said, because we've seen it over and over again. Yeah.
We did it together and I blew it completely on the first time around. And I'd read that book backwards and forwards and I'd practiced it 100 times. And when I got in front of the lady, it was like mouthful of teeth. I didn't know what to say. And
it's crazy because, it was a waitress at the restaurant. And I remember sitting there going, Richard is going to nail this. This is going to be amazing to see. I'm going to watch this live. This is so, and then, we fumbled it, but that's, I guess, what
fumbled
happens.
it, blew it completely. You canned yourself. Took you 3 days to get over that.
We moved on because the next time you did it was far better. And the next time was absolutely perfect. And you got the end result, which was what we're going to go into now. Yeah. So let's talk about these 8 steps. I know in previous episodes we have glided over them at a 30,000 foot flyby, but I think let's get into them a little bit more.
Okay, why don't you list the 8 steps and then we'll go back and talk through each step.
Okay, that's a good idea. All right, so I've got them up here. So the first step is be in a hurry, compliment the prospect, make the invitation, if I would you, get the time commitment, confirm the time commitment, schedule the next connection, and get off the phone. So in this instance, it's a phone call interaction. Okay.
Or it could be anywhere.
It could be anything. Yeah.
But get out of the meeting. Okay, so
right.
Okay, so let's just start there at the front. Is be in a hurry. Why are you in a hurry?
Right.
So why are you in a hurry?
Thanks for that.
Porcupine.
Thank you so much. Got it. So the reason that you're in a hurry is because you don't want your prospect to start flooding you with questions on this business.
Yes.
You want to address it from the beginning that you're in a hurry so that they don't have the opportunity to then come back to you with a series of questions that maybe you've just joined the business, you do not know.
And you don't have to be rude. You say, really, I don't have a lot of time to talk now, but. Mm-hmm. And if they ask you a question, you say, look, I really don't have the time for that now, but, and you can just keep on throwing it back to that second step.
Sure.
Which is the,
compliments.
Yeah. Well, either I don't have a lot of time now. We compliment. If they ask you questions, you just throw them back to the next step. I don't have the time for that now, but if I send you the link. So you can just push them to the next step. Yeah.
Right. And the whole point of this 8-step invitation is to get the prospect to view the video content that the company has created for the network.
It's video content, the brochures, attend a Zoom meeting, whatever it is. Whatever the content you're trying to get across to them, that's what that is. It's a connection. You're not trying to sell them. You're not trying to close them. You're just trying to connect with them.
Right. Okay. So step 1, be in a hurry. Step 2 is compliment the prospect. Why are we doing that?
Well, the reason you compliment somebody is to make them feel good about themselves. A waiter, take an example of the waiter, okay? I'd say to the waiter, listen, I don't have a lot of time now, but I must just tell you that that's some of the best service I've ever received. I must just tell you that you guys did a really great job here. Whatever the compliment, it needs to be genuine.
Sure.
You know, I must just tell you that your smile really improved my day radically. It can be the whatever. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to get clever about it. It needs to be truthful and it needs to be delivered in a sincere way.
Mm.
So I don't have a lot of time now, but man, that was really great service. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And I think in today's society, people aren't getting the compliments or the recognition that they deserve.
Yeah.
They're expected to do a job and to do it at whatever standard it is. And then when they do it, great, you've just done your job. But when was the last time you got a pat on the back or, some sort of recognition?
And that creates, it gets endorphins flowing. The person feels good.
Sure. Okay. So the next step is then make the invitation. So we've got yes.
Yeah. So exactly right. So you go for it. Talk.
No. So I was gonna listen it. So be in a hurry, make a compliment, and then make the invitation. Okay. So this would be something like, hey Richard, I don't have a lot of time. You've given me a fantastic service. I haven't experienced service like that before. My invitation. I've just joined this business that I think you'd be absolutely perfect for. Okay, so that is the invitation. It can be fleshed out a little bit more, but you're giving a bit of background to what you're involved in and that you think that Richard would be perfect for the position.
Exactly. So that is the next step, is you're giving them context of what you're going to actually supply them the link for.
Exactly.
So it's, hey, I'm involved in this business that you would be brilliant for, or I'm part of a company that could use your skills, that you would be very effective in. There's a lot of ways that you can say that. And now the person understands, I'm in a hurry, don't have time to do this. You're wonderful, and I've got this opportunity which I think that you would be great in. And now you're going to provide them with the next step, which is?
If I were you.
Yes.
Okay. So you've gone to that point. If I send you a link that will help identify this opportunity better than I can right now, because I'm in a hurry, if I send you that link, would you watch it?
Exactly. So there's the whole thing here is reciprocity. Okay.
Nice.
I'm doing something for you. Would you do something for me? So I've complimented you. Okay. Now we've already established some reciprocity, because if I compliment you, you feel obliged to want to compliment me. So there is some reciprocity going on here.
Yeah.
I now say, listen, I have a business that honestly you would be great at. If I send you a link, or if I send you a brochure, if I give you some documentation, would you take a look at it and let me know what you think?
Right.
Okay, so now we've got the reciprocity. I'm giving you something, would you do something for me?
Yeah. So if I send you the link, would you watch
take a
it?
look at it?
And you say?
I say yes, absolutely.
Beautiful. So now I need to get a time commitment on when you'd be able to watch that. Because remember, this prospecting is all about setting up the next connection.
Exactly.
And never end a connection without having set up the next time to meet with that prospect.
Yes. And this connection that I'm having with the waitress is our first connection.
Right.
So now we're going to set up the next connection.
Yeah. But there's certain actions that need to have been done before that next connection happens. Okay.
Yes.
So if I send you the link, would you watch it?
Yeah.
Says, fantastic. When do you think you'll be able to watch it by?
2:00 this afternoon, straight after work.
Time commitment.
Now, understand what's important about this is that you didn't tell me, would you think you could watch it by 2:00 tonight? No. What's happening is that I'm telling you when I'm going to watch it. So this is my commitment, not yours. You're not telling me when to watch it. I'm telling you when I will watch it.
Right.
If you say it, I doubt it. If you say it, I'm pushing back against it. If I say it, well, it's my decision. So I said, well, look, I can watch it straight after work today. So I'll be knocking off at 5:00. By 6:00, I will watch this.
Okay. So then you need to reaffirm that time commitment by saying, okay, so if I call you after 6, you would have watched it for sure?
Exactly.
Okay.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, I'm going to say yes, because I'm the one who said that I'm going to watch it by 6.
Right.
So if you call me at 7, I would have watched it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
if
you've
I call
set
you
the
at
time.
7, yes.
Okay.
Exactly right.
Right. So then.
Now I agree to it. Now I've confirmed, look, not only am I going to watch it, but now you're phoning me at 7 because I've agreed that I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have watched it by 6.
Yeah. So now, Richard, so if I call you at 7, if I call you after 6:00 tonight, you will watch it for sure?
Absolutely.
Okay, fantastic. So again, I'm reaffirming that I haven't set the time. You've done it all. I've just complimented you. I've said that I'm in a hurry. I've asked you for the reciprocation, and then you've given that time.
Exactly.
Make sure that I need to make sure that I call you at the time
Oh,
that
yeah,
we
you must
agreed
put
upon.
in your diary.
Yeah.
And I would make a big thing about it. Okay, I need to call you at 7 o'clock. Just hold on, let me get that into my diary. So 7 p.m. Can I send you this meeting request now?
Mhm.
Fantastic, push it to you. I need to make a big deal that I'm actually putting it in my diary that I'm going to phone you, and then I need to phone you at that time.
Right.
So we're going to talk at 7.
Mhm.
Fantastic. Or we're going to talk on Monday. Awesome.
Mm.
So it's then set in. So
Exactly. And then the last step is to get off the phone or to get up and leave.
sorry, I just want to dial back there because
Okay.
there's something we missed here. When you ask me, so if I call you after 6, would you have watched it for sure? You say, yes, I need to get you to give me the time.
Mm-hmm.
So say, what time should I give you a call?
Mm-hmm.
And you say, okay, about 7.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, I don't
Yes.
want to be setting the time. You need to set the time. What time should I give you a call? Geez, I've actually got something on this evening. Can you give me a call tomorrow? Tomorrow's fine. What time tomorrow would be good for you?
Sure.
6 o'clock? Fantastic. I'll be 6 o'clock in the morning, eh? Excellent. I'll call you 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever the time is, they tell you, you make a fuss of putting in your phone. You don't tell them when you're going to call them. They tell you when you must call them.
Sure.
Now, they've told you when they're going to watch it. They've told you when you can call them. They've set the appointment with you. And now all you've got to do is call them.
Mm. Yeah.
And then the last thing,
Is just get off the phone.
get off the phone.
Or move on. You know,
Look, as I said, I don't have a lot of time now. So I'm going to have to run. But I will call you tomorrow let's just confirm that. That's tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'll be on the phone to you. Looking forward to chatting with you.
yeah.
You're going to love the content. Cheers.
Done. You know, there is a 8-step process, and this is quite clinical in that it is these 8 steps. But the more you do it, the more confident you become, and it becomes an organic, natural conversation that you have with this prospect.
And you can do it. You could have your link put on a business card, which is what I do.
Sure.
You walk into a lift
Yeah.
and everybody's in the lift. You're only going up 3 or 4 floors and you can get everybody locked in that 3 or 4 floors. So you walk into the lift, you say, hey, you're probably wondering why I called this meeting.
Yeah.
Well, I've got this amazing business, which I think you guys could be incredible at. If I give you a card, would you take a look at a link? Here you go. So you could actually make these connections very quickly, even in going up in a lift,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah. I
Or you
love
can
it.
say, who would be interested?
Yeah.
Excellent. When do you think you'll be able to take a look at it?
Mm.
Fantastic. If I call you afterwards, will you
Mm.
can take their number down. Literally, you can do that in a lift drive.
Yeah. Or do you know someone who may be interested?
Yes, exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can connect with people anywhere.
Mm.
Your Uber driver, your taxi driver,
Sure.
the person you're sitting next to in the bus.
Yeah.
You know, just before you're getting off at your stop, you could start this conversation.
Yeah. Had a great chat with you. Obviously, I'm in a hurry. You seem like an amazing person that I think would be perfect for this position.
Just not on a subway in London.
Oh.
Because if you talk to anybody in a subway in London, they think
Yes.
they're off your flipping rocker.
Who is this guy?
Exactly. What kind of crazy person is this?
So, Richard, this is all about the company owners understanding what this course content is about. Training your people on how to prospect on demand, where to find these prospects, and what to say to them to get them to view this course, view the link or the
Exactly.
content that you've created as a company owner. We've seen this work. It's a tried and tested strategy. So thank you to Eric for educating us on this.
Go out and read the book.
Oh, love it. Love that book. But thank you for your time.
Awesome.
Okay, guys out there, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. This channel is made possible and sponsored by NetReady, so thank you to our sponsors. Follow us on our channels. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Spotify, and YouTube. We'll see you next time. Thanks very much.